It's a little known fact that during the summer, the amount of money in your wallet is inversely proportional to your comfort level. This wasn't always the case. For thousands of years, there was little choice in how to keep cool in the summer. You could use a hand fan like the Chinese did 3,000 years ago, or you could run cold water through the walls of your house like the Romans did with their aqueducts. You could freeze your underwear in the icebox. Eventually, electricity was invented, and it was used to power things, like the rotary fan. This is the guy who invented the modern summertime wallet drink. His name was Willis, and back in 1902, he started a cooling revolution with his air conditioner. At the heart of the modern AC unit is a compressor, which squishes a gaseous refrigerant into a coil located outside of the house. In this coil, heat is released to the atmosphere and the fluid condenses. After it's expanded in an expansion valve, it runs through a coil inside the house, picking up heat from the air and evaporating. Then it's compressed again and the cycle repeats itself. Most of the power is used by the compressor and a little bit by the fans. Our two AC units use 1,740 watts between them. After 3 months of summer, I'm down $375. Being an engineer, I know that there must be a way to decouple the inverse relationship between the thickness of your wallet and your comfort level. However, to do that, we're going to have to look at things besides the air conditioner. Perhaps the cheapest alternative would be the humble fan. A hand fan. That would kind of work. Although really, I think I'm probably heating up as much as I'm cooling down due to this work. But how about a small rotary fan? That's all the power it uses. If I sit here in front of the fan, it feels very good, even on a hot day like today. However, it should be noted that the fan actually isn't cooling down the air. It's just moving it past me. See, the moving air keeps you cool in two different ways. First, it improves the heat transfer between my skin and the air. Or in other words, it causes the heat to escape from my skin more quickly. Secondly, the moving air will help evaporate sweat more easily. And that's good because sweat is the primary way our body cools. But the cool thing about these fans is that 47 of them use the same power as our two air conditioners. Some days are just too hot for fans though. By placing a tray of ice in front of the fan, we should be able to improve the cooling on days when it's really hot. Ice is cheap to make. I calculated that 445 cubes would only cost 1 cent. The temperature right in front of the ice fell by 3 or 4 degrees. However, the ice melted very quickly and the temperature went right back up. But there are more ways to keep cool. Ice water. Cold shower. Actually, you'll want to take a warm shower because after you get out, you'll sweat a little bit and that'll help you stay cooler. Wet towel. Wet shirt. Frozen shirt. That's cold. That's really cold. Icy feet. Spicy food. Ice cream. Brain freeze. New light bulbs. Incandescent light bulbs throw off a lot of heat. Buy some LEDs. They're super cheap and they won't add as much heat to your house. I also made this homemade AC using a 5-gallon bucket and a lid, a fan that we had, and of course some ice. The fan uses all of the power in this system, and that's not too significant. That's the air leaving the bucket. And I would classify that as a failure. Only 2 degrees of cooling, 8 pounds of ice. A back of the envelope calculation suggests that 8 pounds of ice should be able to cool this room by 10 degrees. However, the surroundings also needed to be cooled. So the walls, the roof, the couch. But even if we could cool it, using ice is a really poor way to cool your house. A freezer operates on a similar technology to an air conditioner to create ice. We can use this ice in our homemade AC to cool the room. However, some of the cooling energy is lost at these 2 steps due to inefficiencies. If we can eliminate one of these steps, the whole efficiency of the system will increase. Still, my favorite way to keep cool has to be something that my dad did when I was a kid. I slept up here, and without AC, there was a lot of hot nights. My dad would crack open the windows in our rooms and close all the other windows in the house, except for one. The fan was turned so that it blew air out of the house, sucking cool air through the cracked open windows into our rooms. By morning, I would wake up all cool and refreshed. If you have any ideas on how to stay cool and save money at the same time, comment down below. I'd love to hear about that. Otherwise, stay tuned to this channel. You can subscribe. We're going to be discussing other ways that you can save money by saving electricity. And that's it.